Friday, May 28th, a former state wrestling champion is in big trouble with the law tonight. We'll tell you what could land Demetrius Jackson behind bars.
A verdict is reached in the retrial of a Latino Miami policeman accused of killing a black motorcyclist. And officers in one Michigan town now have an electronic set of eyes in their squad cars to help them out.
More on those stories in a minute, but right now, here's Dan with our first forecast.
Well, most of the area is under a severe thunderstorm watch, but a very interesting side note to this, we'll talk about it coming up. South Bend is actually not in the watch box, though much of the viewing area is. Coming up, we'll talk all about this.
A former Washington High School star athlete could be facing the next 8 years of his life in prison.
21-year-old Demetrius Jackson, Washington High School's 1990 state wrestling champion, is charged with reckless homicide in connection with the shooting death of his girlfriend, 24-year-old Alicia Manuel. The shooting happened yesterday at Jackson's Westview Lane apartment.
At this point, I'm not really allowed to discuss what exactly his explanation is. Primarily through investigation, we have learned that there was some horseplay with a gun. Gun was fired, and the victim in this case, Alicia Manuel, was killed.
Jackson was released from jail shortly after 3 today after posting $2,000 bond. The case has been turned over to the St. Joe County Prosecutor's Office and will have a complete report at 6. Down in Orlando, a Miami policeman has been acquitted of manslaughter in the deaths of 2 black motorcyclists. The verdict in the retrial of William Lozano was read late this afternoon. He was found guilty the first time around, but an appeals court overturned the conviction, saying the Miami jury was intimidated by fear of riots. The deaths in 1989 touched off 3 days of racial rioting in Miami. The second trial was moved several times before finally being held in Orlando.
Well, it's past 5 o'clock now. We can officially wish you a happy, long Memorial Day weekend. At this time every year, police come out with a laundry list of warnings for those who will be out on the roads. Reporter Eileen Faxas has more. We'll have that report in just a moment. We're not quite ready.
All right, Luke, well, not too long ago, we told you the Sturgis Police Department came into about $30,000. The money was a result of federal forfeiture funds they received from a drug investigation there. Michigan reporter Don Meyer now shows us how they put that money to good use by installing video cameras in their cars.
Say that mounted video cameras like these in squad cars are becoming almost as common as radar detectors. The Sturgis Police Department just installed cameras in 3 of their cars. They come with a price tag of about $7,000 apiece, but they'll probably pay for themselves.
If this one unit saves you a multi-million-dollar lawsuit, that's all it's going to take.
Considered a solid piece of evidence, the tapes will be kept up to 30 days before they're used over again. When someone's pulled over, not only will they be taped, but also recorded. Officers will be equipped with cordless microphones. It's believed the system will save everyone a lot of time and money, especially the courts.
If you show the motorist the tape at the scene on a monitor in the car, they may never take it to hearing in the first place.
The video system is devised in such a way that there are various safeguards built into it. Each day before an officer begins a shift, they'll take this videotape and put it here in this deck. It won't be taken out until the end of their day.
We're not saying the tape is totally tamper-proof. We're saying if somebody does tamper with the tape, it's perfectly noticeable.
Chief Alley admits officers will be a bit apprehensive at first. After all, their whole workday is being recorded, but it's only there to benefit everyone.
This is the best independent witness that they'll ever have. That witness will be in that car 8 hours a day and see and hear everything.
In Centerville, Dawn Meyer, WSBT Eyewitness News.
The department hopes to buy a 4th camera sometime in October.